Hello and welcome to a beautiful day in Wicklow. This is Hunting Wicklow Nuggets part 8. And the last day I was here, myself and my buddy Paul moved this big rock that's here, I'll show you in a few minutes, and underneath this bedrock. The last section I'm going to be working is just here in front of me. I'm not going to be stopping off and doing a bit of test panning there and a bit of test panning down there and a bit of digging here. No, I'm just going to run absolutely everything. But I've got about 1.5 grams out of here. I'm happy enough with it. So just off to the side here, I have a bucket set up. So basically I'm working out it everywhere I can possibly get, and I'm running absolutely everything I can get my hands on. I'm not stopping constantly to test pan, because I've tested this river. There is gold here. I have had days where I spend 2 hours sample panning, and I found something, then I sluice it, and then there's nothing. So I'm just going to run everything. Oh, my eyes. Oh! You know when you see something yellow in the pan, and you think it is that gold? No, it's not. Sometimes the near heart attack. Sometimes that's almost as fun as finding actual gold. Plan today, just crack on and just belt through as much dirt as humanly possible. The most amount of buckets I've ever ran here was about 11 buckets, and that was through the dream mat. But again, I was constantly stopping and starting the sample pan. I've only got 2.5 hours of daylight. We have the plan, we're on the gold, happy days. Let's go find the shiny. Right, so we've got about 1/3 of a bucket there, ready to run. Just take trail and material and pop it into the auto feeder. And then what I'll do is, I'll just keep feeding that in. Let's say 3, 4, there's a lot of clay in here, so it might have a bit of a problem. And 5, right. I have to open the valve a little bit. Yeah, it seems to be fine. So it is starting to feed on through, which is brilliant. I can see there's bits of gravel getting in. Now it is a lot of clay rich material, so I might just have to open that valve a little bit more. That looks good. Perfect, so that's working on through. So the advantage here is I put it into the auto feeder and now it's going to process it on through. So now what I can do is I can just take the bucket, go back downstream, fill the bucket up more. By the time I come back, even if it takes a minute for it to run through those 5 trails, I'm not standing beside the sluice. 20 seconds I'm standing here, look. It started processing material. It started putting dirt through the box. What more could you want? An auto-feeding sluice box. Just start working the ground where the bucket was previously sitting, working the ground where I was previously panning. In other words, areas I haven't had the chance to work because that's where I was panning, or that's where I was sitting, or that's where the bucket was. It's kind of like being on a mine and lifting up your cabins where you were sleeping and digging underneath them. That's basically what I'm doing today. Just where have I not been able to process material from? Let's go find the nuggets. So I know I said I wasn't doing any test panning, but I just scooped this out of the water. The whole river turned orange. It's directly below our panning pool, and I figured I might as well give it a shot. Excellent stuff. Let's see how this goes. Just bring you down a bit more so you're not facing the sun. Beautiful. Pan was nice and clean as well, so have a quick look. There's no gold, there's no gold. I'll just go back downstream to where there is good gold. Some gold found. We're right next to bedrock. On clay. On ironstone. There should be something in here. Hopefully, we'll see. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I can zoom in afterwards because it's in 1080. Trying to line the lens up. That's where the gold is. Small little piece, but look, gold is gold. That's the first little piece I found all day. Granted, it's the first test pan I've done, and that's an area where I've totally neglected completely. Because if you think about it, anytime throughout Hunting Wicklow Nuggets, the whole series, I've been sitting there, and even the ones beforehand, I'll sit there and I'll pan. And this rock here was back here, so that rock we haven't dug dash. This gravel back here we haven't dug dash. Yeah, I found gold, and get late even, so I just get a belt on through it. I like to put in a bit more time lapse mode, but yeah, for the time being, for the plan is just belt on through as much gravel as possible. Let's go find more nuggets. I've dialed in this auto feeder perfectly. I just shovel straight into it. It feeds it, I shovel straight into it. There's no stopping. That's the difference. Watch this. trail number 1, trail number 8, scrape this on down, trail number 9, and a bit, and there's the bottom of the bucket. Right, so now you see the true advantage of why that system works. The thing about it is, all I have to do is just feed the sluice box. Normally with a sluice box, as great as sluice boxes are, you feed it, you stop, you look down, how's it getting on, feed it some more. This one, because the hopper is slightly raised, I don't have to bend down. I just simply put trowel after trowel after trowel after trowel. Now yes, larger dream mats with enough flow, you just belt stuff through it, bucket after bucket after bucket, just pour it in by the bucket load. There's not a lot of flow up here. The sluice box, the dream mat, as great as it is very heavy, and it's a long trek to get here. Okay, so we've ran 2 buckets so far, and I'm just going to keep belting on through more of them. Let me know if you like this particular mic style, if you can hear me correctly. The strap I use for holding the sucker tube to the sluice box and I'm carrying it. And as far as I can see, it works. But this is just the phone sitting upside down in a pouch. It works. We've another hour and a half. Let's crack on with it. Let's go find the shiny. Right, you can see a mountain of tailings after piling up. So I've dug a bit of a trench here, put up a lot of rocks to stop the tailings again down. I've done 1 quick test pan and I got a bit of gold out of here. I'll keep going. This is bucket number 5. It's getting very difficult to get a full bucket at this stage. Right, so just to show you from this angle, from head mount perspective, watch this. 1 trowel. 2 trowel. 3 trowel. 4 trowel. So apologies for not posting any videos across winter time. It would have been about a month where there was nothing posted, and that's because I was here working the absolute life out of this ground. I currently have about 16 videos as of today, about 15-16 videos lined up in the library. So by the time you watch this one, I'll have another 16 ready, and we're just going to be posting Monday, Wednesday and Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, constantly. Right, so I'll give you a quick overview on where I'm working out of. Very hard to fill a bucket at these stages. We're right down on clay, bedrock is right there. I've used my little underwater viewer. Just picked this up at a discount store. Really simple, really cheap. Bit murky, kind of hard to see now, but basically you just put it under the water, and once no water gets into it, you can look through it. You can see the bedrock. So earlier on, before I turned on the camera, put some material into this. Just gonna give it a quick bounce through. I don't really have time to gawk and look at these lovely quartz rocks. Yeah, they're nice. And there's bits of clay, and there's a piece of black quartz. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, that's very good. I don't really have time for that. So I'm no longer putting that in behind here because I'm opening this up anyway. Right, I'm just going to hit it with the sucker for a minute. The nozzle on my sucker tube broke, so I was in the middle of trying to fit a new one to it, and then I realized it'd be just as quick to just use a pre-existing one. This is one of the ones I have for sale. Absolutely brilliant. What I tend to do is I put a piece of, this is the 2.5 inch pipe, and I put the 112.5 degree bend on it, and then I put another piece of 2.5 inch and jam in there. You can see that's just a lot of clay there. I'm listening out for that sound. There we go, that rock sound. I'm not being cautious. I'm not being, oh, I better conserve my energy. I've only got about half an hour a day, like. I think I'm just about reaching the limit of my wellies there as well. So I want to try and work back a bit. The deeper I can get, obviously the better the gold is going to get. That's usually how it works with bedrock. Okay, right, that'll do for now with the sucker tube. Give her a quick bounce, see where we're at. A lot of clay as well. Ordinarily I wouldn't work the clay down, but that's quite mushy. That's not full scale caliche. That can work on down perfectly fine. And again, we'll pile it off the side. So I'll clear the sluice around about as close to cord as I can. Crack on with this, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Ready for the clean out. Oh, this is going to be fun. Right, see you soon. I'll go. One more shiny. Okay, so we've run grand total of 8 buckets. I really belted through as much as I could. As you know, to clean out this box, very simple. Take the rock off. Just going to make sure the sling is free, because earlier on I have put a stone on it, so I wouldn't risk tripping over it. Yeah, that's grand. Right, just take the bucket of sluice and lift her straight out of the water. Oh yeah, that's looking nice. 1, 2 little pieces in there. Right, I'm going to bring this on down. The thing I love about this sluice is how simple it is to clean out, and light as well. Like, I'm not particularly strained. Half a bucket of rocks is way more than this, or even quarter bucket. Right, there she is there. Just gonna take the camera off my head for a second just so you can see the gold there. Don't have to be in my own light. I do have a lamp I can use. Yeah, there's a nice piece of gold there. There's another nice piece of gold there. There's two little pieces there. The lower one is gold. It's gold in the box. Right, I'm gonna clean this out, and we're coming up on, right, sunset a minute ago. You can see the sun is setting. So I'm gonna lash through this, clean this out, and then I'll come back to you for the final pan down, and we're just panning the hole that we dug. For this, the last day of hunting Wicklow Nuggets. Let's see how much shiny there is. Let's pan the shiny. Right, Sluice is cleaned out, all back together again, ready to go, happy days. Ready for the next day out. So, all of the material we've gotten boiled down to this one bucket. So what we're going to do now is pan this down. There is a little bit of dirt left in that bucket. I'll pan that separately because I want to see what the sluice caught versus what might have just come out of the last hole. So it'll give us a good indication. The majority of the gold, I think, is going to come from here because I did give a test pan there. Got some nice gold out of that. Let's have a look here. Easiest way to clean the bucket, despite all the advancements in technology, throw water at it. Yeah, that looks fairly clean, all right. Excellent stuff. I'll work this on down. And again, nice and gentle. We're going to spin it backwards, because if you spin forward, look, you're going to lose material. Just spin backwards, everything can fall back in on itself. Quick click, bring it to the front. 1, 2, bring it on back. Spin again. 1, 2. It's not a whole lot of heavies in here. Going through this very, okay, so lead shot, that's good. A little bit of gold in here, happy days. Again, I don't salt, I have no idea what's in here. Saw a bit of gold on the mat, alright. On about, I'd say between 7 and 8 buckets or thereabouts. First one was a half bucket, so even if we call it 7 buckets. See where the lead shot is piling up here, you know you're doing it right. You're seeing lead shot, the lower riffle, you're doing it right. You see lead shot up here, something's wrong. Okay, I'll do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can already see gold in the corner here, happy days. Right, so we had a little bit of gold in the mat, the sluice box. I've run about 7 or 8 buckets or thereabouts. Even if we said 7 buckets of just a wide area, general areas that we've been getting gold from. We did do a test pan, we got gold there. By the way, that one piece on the test pan is still in the pan. So let's have a look and see how we got on for, oh yeah! Oh, that's nice! Wow! Just gonna push everything into one corner. Oh yeah, there's more gold over there. Park that over here as well. Okay. I didn't run a whole lot of material, but it's a good bit of gold in there. I'm just gonna take the camera off my head for a second, just so I can verify that you can see this, but that is not bad at all. That's nice, decent sized pieces. It's getting to the point now where we have to use the headlamp to be able to see. So let's see if we can have a look at this. The light beside it or something. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. Let's try and get stop the head mount from getting wet. The pan. Oh yeah. Well, that's not too bad. I'm not going to complain about that. So it's not a whole lot of gold, but then again, we weren't running we weren't test panning, we were just running a bulk area overall assessment. But I think this patch here, I think that's where the majority of the gold that I got is coming from, because it was what was in the test pan. So I hope you've enjoyed this series of hunting Wicklow Nuggets. I'm going to move on now to bigger rivers. It is the middle of March, so at this stage all of the rivers are open. If anyone at any stage wants to learn how to pan, comment below or click on the link to the Facebook page and I'll happily arrange it. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget the subscribe button, and sure I'll catch you in the next one. We can all go find more shiny. Bye bye.